Every single thing you do today, even the smallest action, has power. It can move you closer to your dreams or take you further away. Many people wait for the perfect time to start, but the truth is, there is no perfect time. The best time to begin is always today. Every big dream begins with one small step. When you decide to learn something new, when you take one small action, you start to change your life. Maybe you want to speak English fluently, travel to another country, or build a better future. All of these things begin with what you do right now. Every minute you spend learning, practicing, or improving yourself becomes a small seed for your tomorrow. Think about it. One day, one choice, one small effort can make a big difference. If you spend today learning 5 new English words or reading 1 English story, your knowledge will grow. If you repeat this every day, you will soon see big progress. But if you keep waiting, thinking, "I'll do it tomorrow," you will look back one day and realize how much time has passed. That is why today is so important. In this video, we will learn together how small actions today create big success tomorrow. We will talk about how daily habits can build your future, how consistency is more powerful than talent, and how every step, even a tiny one, can move you forward. You will see that change does not come in one day, but it begins the moment you start. As you listen, I want you to think about your own life. What are you doing today to help your future self? Are you learning something new? Are you practicing English? Are you building the habits that will make your dreams real? Every second matters. Every action counts. So take a deep breath, open your heart, and get ready to learn. Remember, your future is not built in one day. It is built every day. What you do today is the beginning of the life you want tomorrow. Section 1. The Power of Small Actions. Every great success begins with one small step. Many people dream about changing their lives, but they think they must do something big to start. They wait for a perfect moment, a lucky day, or special motivation. But real change starts in quiet ways, with small, simple actions that you do again and again. The truth is, success is not about doing something huge once. It's about doing something small every single day. Let's think about 2 friends, Daniel and Leo. They both want to improve their lives. They both have dreams, to learn English, to get healthy, and to build a better future. Daniel decides to take action. Every morning, he wakes up and studies English for just 15 minutes. He reads 1 page of a book, learns 5 new words, and listens to a short podcast. It doesn't take much time, but he does it every day. Leo, on the other hand, also wants to improve, but he always says, "I'll start soon." He plans, he talks, but he never begins. He watches videos about success but does not practice what he learns. He says he is waiting for the right mood, the right time, or the right plan. Days pass, then weeks, and nothing changes. After 1 month, Daniel feels proud. His English is a little better. He understands more words, and his confidence is growing. Leo feels the same as before, full of plans, but with no progress. After 6 months, Daniel can read English stories, and he enjoys learning. Leo feels sad and says, "You are lucky, Daniel." But Daniel smiles and answers, "It's not luck. It's small steps every day. This is the power of small actions. When you do something small each day, it becomes a habit. At first, you may not see results, but deep inside, something is changing. Your brain learns discipline. your heart grows stronger. And one day, you will look back and realize how far you have come. Many people fail because they want fast results. They start strong, but when they don't see quick success, they stop. But remember this: small steps create big results. Big dreams die when we stop taking small actions. A seed does not grow into a tree in one day. It needs time, water, sunlight, and care every single day. Your goals are the same. Think about learning English. If you study for 10 minutes daily, it might not feel like much. But in 1 year, that's over 60 hours of practice. If you read 1 page a day, that's 365 pages, more than a full book. If you learn 5 new words a day, that's 1,825 new words in 1 year. That's the real power of small, repeated action. Now let's look at 2 kinds of comfort: lazy comfort and active comfort. Lazy comfort feels good now. Watching videos, scrolling on your phone, or sleeping extra. It feels easy today, but it brings regret tomorrow. Active comfort feels different. It comes from doing something useful: reading, learning, practicing. It may feel hard at first, but it gives you peace and pride later. Lazy comfort gives short happiness. Active effort gives long success. Daniel chose active effort. He didn't wait for motivation. He created it by doing something small each day. Every morning when he finished his short study time, he felt proud. That small pride became his fuel to keep going. Leo chose lazy comfort. Every time he delayed action, his confidence became smaller. He wanted success, but didn't want the small effort that builds it. Small actions may look weak, but they are powerful. They slowly shape your habits, your thoughts, and your future. The secret of growth is repetition. If you repeat something good every day, it becomes a part of you. Even 10 minutes of positive action can change your direction. Remember this line: small steps, big results. Say it to yourself whenever you feel lazy. Sometimes people think, if I can't do it perfectly, I won't do it at all. But perfection is not the goal. Progress is. Daniel made mistakes when learning English. He forgot words and said sentences incorrectly, but he didn't stop. Every mistake taught him something new. Every day, his fear became smaller and his confidence became stronger. That is the lesson for all of us. Don't wait for a big moment to start. Don't wait until you feel ready. The best way to prepare is to begin, even if it's small. Learn 1 word, read 1 paragraph, speak 1 sentence aloud. Those small actions, when repeated, will build your skills and your success. So, take a look at your day. What can you do today to move closer to your goal? Maybe you can study English for 10 minutes, write a short paragraph, or watch an English video with focus. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done. Because small actions today are the big victories of tomorrow. You don't need to do everything. You only need to begin. 1 small step today is better than 1,000 plans for tomorrow. Remember, small steps, big results. Keep walking forward. Your future self will thank you for the action you take today. Section 2. The hidden cost of doing nothing. Doing nothing may feel easy, but it is never free. Every time we delay, every time we say, "I'll start tomorrow," we pay a quiet price: the loss of time, energy, and dreams. Many people don't see this cost because it hides behind comfort. It feels soft, safe, and simple to do nothing. But inside that comfort, our goals slowly fade away. Let's imagine a young man named Ryan. Ryan always talked about his dreams. He wanted to learn English, get a better job, and feel more confident. Every night, he promised himself, "I'll start tomorrow." But when tomorrow came, he was tired. He said, "I'll begin next week." Then next week became next month, and soon a whole year had passed. His dream was still there, but only as a dream. At first, Ryan didn't notice the problem. He told himself he was just waiting for the right moment. But that right moment never arrived. Slowly, his hope became smaller. He started to feel heavy inside, not because life was hard, but because he wasn't moving forward. He looked at others who were learning and growing, and he felt left behind. This is what happens when we do nothing. On the outside, nothing changes, but on the inside, something is lost. Every day we delay, we lose a little bit of our energy and confidence. Our dreams don't die suddenly. They fade quietly, like a candle that burns out slowly when no one is watching. Doing nothing feels easy now, but it hurts later. Taking action feels hard now, but it helps later. This is the contrast that shapes every life. When you do nothing, you feel comfortable for a short time. You don't have to face failure, effort, or fear. But later, you feel regret, the pain of knowing you could have done more. When you take action, you feel discomfort at first. You must use effort, time, and patience, but later, you feel proud and free. Ryan learned this truth too late. One day, he met his old classmate who had started learning English at the same time Ryan said he would start tomorrow. That classmate could now speak clearly and confidently. He had even gotten a new job in another city. Ryan smiled and congratulated him, but deep inside he felt a quiet pain, not jealousy, but regret. He realized that his future could have been different if he had just started when he said he would. The hidden cost of doing nothing is not only lost time, it's lost opportunity. When you don't move, the world still moves without you. Others keep learning, growing, and improving. Life keeps changing, and if you stand still, you slowly fall behind. That is why doing nothing is not neutral. It's moving backward. Think about how this idea connects to your own life. Maybe you want to speak better English, start a new project, or change your habits. But every time you think about it, your mind says, "Not today." You tell yourself you're busy or tired. You say you'll do it later. It feels okay at the moment, but deep inside, you know you're wasting precious time. Remember this: every choice shapes your future, even the choice to do nothing. Silence is also a decision. When you choose not to act, you are choosing to stay the same. When you choose not to learn, you are choosing not to grow. Time will pass either way, but what you do inside that time will decide who you become. There's a saying, the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. It means that even if you waited too long, you can still begin now. The worst thing you can do is wait even longer. Waiting will never bring the perfect day. The perfect day is the day you decide to start. Doing nothing steals your confidence too. Every time you break your own promise, "I'll start tomorrow," your trust in yourself becomes weaker. You start to believe you can't change. You lose energy, not because you are lazy, but because your heart is tired of waiting. But when you finally take action, even a small one, you begin to heal that trust. You start to feel proud again. Let's return to Ryan. One morning, He looked in the mirror and asked himself, "If I don't start now, when will I?" He finally sat down and studied English for 10 minutes. It wasn't easy, and it wasn't perfect, but it was real. That small action gave him a feeling he hadn't felt in years: hope. Each day he continued, that hope grew stronger. He learned that action gives energy, while delay takes it away. So, what is the lesson here? The hidden cost of doing nothing is losing the life you could have lived. Every dream needs movement. Every goal needs action. If you keep waiting, life won't wait with you. Time will move forward, and you will stay behind. But if you take one small action today, even a tiny one, your direction will change. You will begin to move again, slowly, quietly, but surely. Today, you have a choice. You can choose comfort, or you can choose growth. You can say, "I'll start tomorrow," or you can say, "I'll start now." One of these paths will bring regret. The other will bring pride. The choice is yours. Remember this simple truth. Doing nothing feels safe now, but it costs your future. Taking action feels hard now, but it builds your future. Every choice, even silence, shapes your life. So, don't let today pass in waiting. Take one small step now, because tomorrow's success begins with what you do today. Section 3. The habit of showing up. There is one habit that changes everything: the habit of showing up. Many people believe success comes from talent or luck, but the truth is much simpler. Success comes from showing up again and again, even when you're tired, busy, or not in the mood. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. Let's talk about what showing up really means. Showing up means you don't wait for the perfect time. You don't wait to feel ready. You just start, even when you don't feel like it. It means you open your book when you're sleepy. You listen to one English podcast when your day is full. You write one short paragraph when you don't have much time. It may seem small, but each time you show up, you prove to yourself that you can be trusted, that you can depend on your own effort. There was a student named Emma. She wasn't the best in class. In fact, she often struggled to speak English. Every time she tried, she felt nervous. Her pronunciation wasn't perfect, and she made many mistakes. But she made one simple promise to herself: "I will show up every day." Every morning, before breakfast, she studied for 10 minutes. Sometimes she listened to English songs. Sometimes she practiced short conversations. Sometimes she just read a few lines aloud. Many days she didn't feel like studying. She was tired or busy with school. But she told herself, "I just need to show up. I don't have to be perfect." So she kept her promise. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and her English slowly started to improve. Her friends noticed. "Emma, how did you become so confident?" they asked. She smiled and said, "I didn't do anything special. I just didn't stop." That is the secret. She showed up. Consistency is more powerful than perfection. Many people start strong, but quit soon after. They study for 3 hours one day and then nothing for a week. They wait for the right feeling to come back. But Emma learned something important. If you wait for motivation, you may wait forever. Motivation comes after action, not before. The moment you start, your energy wakes up. Showing up builds discipline. Discipline means you do what is needed, not only what feels good. It's like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every time you show up, even for a short time, you train your brain to keep going. Slowly, showing up becomes natural, like brushing your teeth or eating breakfast. Let's look at two paths, one of perfection and one of consistency. The perfectionist says, I will study only when I have enough time. I need quiet. I need a plan. So they wait. They do nothing for days. The consistent person says, I'll just study for 10 minutes, even if it's noisy, even if I'm tired. So they do something, even a little. After a month, the perfectionist is still waiting, but the consistent person is improving. This is why showing up matters more than being perfect. Perfection is about results. Consistency is about effort. Results may come later, but effort happens now. You can't control the future, but you can control your presence today. Emma didn't see quick results. In the first few weeks, her progress was small. She sometimes thought, maybe this is useless. But she kept going. One day, her teacher asked her to speak in class. She was nervous, but she did it. Her words were not perfect, but her voice was clear. After class, her teacher smiled and said, You've improved a lot. That one sentence gave her more energy to continue. That is how progress grows, step by step, word by word. Each small action builds confidence. And that confidence helps you show up again tomorrow. It becomes a beautiful circle. Show up, grow, show up again. Even when life gets busy, remember this. Showing up for 5 minutes is better than not showing up at all. Reading one English paragraph is better than 0. Listening to one short English video is better than none. You don't have to do a lot. You just have to stay connected to your goal every single day. There will be days when you feel tired, sad, or lazy. On those days, your effort matters even more. When you show up during difficult times, you become stronger inside. You learn that discipline is not about feelings, it's about purpose. Every time you show up when it's hard, you build character. You tell yourself, I am serious about my dream. Let's say it again together. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. When you show up, the world notices. Your mind starts to believe in your strength. Your future self starts to thank you. Every small act of effort becomes a brick in the foundation of your success. And soon, what once felt difficult becomes easy. So don't wait for the perfect day. Don't wait until you feel ready. You will never feel 100% ready, and that's okay. The right moment is always now. Take one small step. Open your book. Speak one sentence aloud. Write one short note in English. That is what showing up looks like. Remember Emma's story. She didn't have more time or more talent. She just had the habit of showing up. You can do the same. So today, promise yourself this. No matter how I feel, I will show up. Because showing up today is how you build the person you want to become tomorrow. Section 4. How today builds tomorrow. Every single day is a seed. What you do today may seem small, but it has the power to change your tomorrow. Just like a gardener plants tiny seeds and patiently waits for them to grow, your daily actions are the seeds of your future success. You may not see the result right away, but something beautiful is growing quietly beneath the surface. Think of your life as a garden. Every time you study, every time you read, every time you take a small step toward your dream, you plant a seed. When you waste time, when you delay, or when you give up, you stop watering your garden. Over time, Those who keep planting and caring for their seeds will walk through a garden full of flowers, while those who do nothing will face dry soil and empty ground. That is how today builds tomorrow. Let's take the story of one young man who decided to change his life. His name was Alex. He always dreamed of working in another country, meeting people from around the world, and using English to communicate confidently. But for many years, he kept telling himself, "I'll start learning seriously next month. I'm too busy now." Months passed, and nothing changed. One morning he looked at himself in the mirror and thought, "If I keep waiting, my dream will never come true." That day, he decided to do something different. He made a small plan, just 15 minutes of English every morning before work. He started reading short stories, watching English videos, and learning 5 new words each day. It wasn't much, but he was consistent. At first, progress was slow. He couldn't understand much, and his pronunciation sounded strange. But he kept going. Each morning, while others were sleeping, he was planting his seeds. Each word he learned, each sentence he practiced, was a drop of water for his growing garden. After 1 year, something amazing happened. He saw a job posting at an international company. It required good English skills. A year ago, Alex would have ignored it. But now, he felt ready. He applied, passed the interview, and got the job. His dream of working abroad came true, not because of one big moment, but because of many small ones. This is how life works. What you do today becomes who you are tomorrow. Every habit, every choice, every effort adds up. The problem is that we often don't see the result immediately, so we think our small actions don't matter. But they do. The results are simply waiting beneath the surface, like roots growing quietly underground. There is a difference between easy now, hard later, and hard now, easy later. When you choose short-term comfort, like scrolling on your phone for hours, sleeping late, or saying, "I'll do it tomorrow," it feels nice in the moment, but later you pay the price. You feel regret, stress, and lost time. When you choose effort, like studying, exercising, or practicing English, it may feel hard now. But later, you enjoy the reward. You feel proud, confident, and free. The small pain of today brings the big happiness of tomorrow. Think about your future self. The person you will become in 1 year is watching you right now, silently hoping you make the right choice today. Your future self wants you to study that one page, speak that one sentence, or take that one small action, because every action today is a gift to your future. Imagine you're planting 2 different gardens, one with effort, one with excuses. The first garden grows slowly but beautifully. The second one stays empty. After a year, which garden would you like to see? The answer is clear. The garden you care for today is the one that will feed and inspire you tomorrow. Alex's story is not special. It's possible for anyone. You don't need to be rich, lucky, or perfect. You just need to start. Start small. Start today. You might feel like your progress is invisible, but invisible growth is still growth. The seeds you plant now are preparing to bloom. Let's look at it another way. Life is a chain of days. Each day connects to the next. When you use your day well, you strengthen the next link in the chain. When you waste your day, the chain becomes weak. Your goal is to make each link strong, one day at a time. You may not control what happens in the future, but you can control what you do right now. And right now is powerful, because right now is where your future begins. The English sentence you learn today may help you speak confidently next year. The book you read today may change how you think tomorrow. The discipline you build today may become your freedom later. The truth is simple but life-changing. What you do today becomes who you are tomorrow. Every choice matters. Every habit matters. Every effort matters. The people who understand this don't waste time. They use every day as a chance to grow, even a little. So, what seeds are you planting today? Are you giving your time to things that make you better, or things that steal your future? Remember, flowers don't grow overnight. Success doesn't appear suddenly. Growth is slow, but it is sure. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Plant your seeds today, because the garden of your future is waiting for you to care for it. Tomorrow is built today. Every small action, every bit of effort, every tiny step, they all count. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it now. Your dream life is not in some faraway future. It's in the choices you make today. So, go ahead. Read that page. Speak that word. Take that step. Because your future self is already smiling, thankful that you decided to plant your seeds today. Section 5. The Trap of Waiting for Motivation. Many people say, "I'll start when I feel ready," or "I'll begin when I'm motivated." But the truth is, if you keep waiting for motivation, you may wait your whole life. Motivation is not a guest that knocks on your door. It's something you create by taking the first small step. Most people don't understand this simple truth. They think feelings must come before action. But in real life, it's the other way around. Action creates feelings. Let's imagine a person named Emma. Every evening, she tells herself, "Tomorrow I'll study English. Tomorrow I'll wake up early. Tomorrow I'll start my new plan." But when the next day comes, she feels tired. She looks at her phone, scrolls for a while, and says, "I'm not in the mood today. I'll start tomorrow." Days turn into weeks, and weeks turn into months. Her dream of speaking English fluently stays far away because she's always waiting for motivation to arrive. One day, Emma meets her old friend, David. He used to be just like her, always waiting, always delaying, but now he speaks English with confidence. When Emma asks, "How did you become so good?" David smiles and says, "I stopped waiting to feel ready. I just started." That one line changed everything for Emma. The next morning, even though she still didn't feel motivated, she opened her notebook. She didn't plan to study for hours, just 10 minutes. She read one short story and learned a few new words. At first it was hard. Her mind said, "You're tired. You should rest." But she ignored the voice and kept going for 10 minutes more. Something interesting happened after she finished. She felt proud. She felt awake. She felt motivated. The energy she was waiting for came after she took action. That's the secret most people don't see. Motivation doesn't start the fire, action does. Think about it like this. When you sit in a cold room and wait to feel warm, nothing happens. But if you stand up, move your body, and start a fire, the warmth comes. Waiting for motivation is like waiting for the fire to start itself. It never will. You must take the first spark. When you act first, your brain gets a message. "I'm doing something important." That message creates energy, focus, and confidence. Even a small action, like reading one English sentence or writing one paragraph, can wake up your motivation. You don't have to start big, you just have to start. Let's see the contrast clearly. Waiting for motivation feels safe, but it keeps you stuck. Taking small action feels hard at first, but it creates progress. The first one gives comfort today and regret tomorrow. The second one gives effort today and pride tomorrow. Discipline is what makes the difference. Discipline means doing what you should do, even when you don't feel like it. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. Every successful person you admire, speakers, athletes, artists, or language learners, has one thing in common. They don't wait for the right mood. They build it through habit. Let's take an example. Imagine two English learners, Sarah and Mark. Sarah studies only when she feels motivated. Sometimes she watches a video, sometimes she reads, but many days she skips. Mark, on the other hand, studies for 15 minutes every day, no matter how he feels. 1 year later, who do you think speaks better? Of course, Mark does. Not because he's smarter, but because he's consistent. His discipline created motivation. When you build the habit of showing up daily, motivation becomes your friend. It stops being a stranger who visits once in a while. You don't have to chase it anymore. It grows naturally. You feel proud, and that pride becomes your new energy. Here's something to remember. You can't control your emotions every day, but you can control your actions. You might wake up tired or sad or lazy, and that's okay. You don't need to feel perfect to make progress. You just need to take one small step. The moment you start, something changes inside you. Say to yourself, I will study for just 5 minutes. When you begin, your brain feels movement. You gain momentum. And once momentum starts, it's easier to keep going. That's how motivation works. You build it by doing. It's like pushing a car that won't start. At first, it feels impossible. It's heavy, it won't move. But after a few pushes, it begins to roll. Once it's moving, it's easier to keep it going. Motivation is the same. The hardest part is starting. Discipline is your true power. Motivation is a guest. Discipline is a friend who never leaves. If you build discipline, motivation will follow you naturally. Remember this phrase: discipline creates motivation. Repeat it often. Let it live in your mind. So next time you say, I don't feel like studying, remind yourself that feelings come after action. Open your book, play your English video, write one sentence, even if it's not perfect. Because once you start, your heart will follow. The world doesn't reward those who wait. It rewards those who act. You can wait for the perfect mood, or you can create it through small, brave actions. Which one will you choose? Motivation will not find you sitting still. It will find you moving, trying, learning, growing. So don't wait for the right feeling. Begin now. Start small, stay steady, and soon you'll feel proud of the person you are becoming. Remember, you don't need to be motivated to start. You need to start to feel motivated. The fire begins with one spark, and that spark is you. Section 6. Replace excuses with effort. Every person has a dream, but between where you are and where you want to be, there is a wall. That wall is made of excuses. I'm too tired. I don't have time. I'll start next week. I'm not good enough. These words feel safe, but they are heavy. They keep you from moving forward. Excuses sound harmless, but they quietly steal your future. They whisper in your ear, "Rest now. You can do it later." And later becomes never. You tell yourself stories to protect your comfort, but those same stories block your growth. Excuses make you feel okay for doing nothing. And that is the real danger. Let's be honest. Everyone has a reason not to start. But successful people don't have fewer problems. They just stop using those problems as excuses. They choose effort instead. They say, "Yes, I'm tired, but I'll still try. Yes, I'm busy, but I'll give 10 minutes. Yes, it's hard, but I'll do one small thing today." That small change in attitude makes all the difference. Think of two people who both want to improve their English. The first one says, "I'll study when I have more time." The second one says, "I'll study for 10 minutes, even when I'm busy." After 6 months, who do you think speaks better? Of course, the one who tried every day. The one who replaced excuses with effort. There was once a young woman named Maria. She worked long hours at a restaurant and came home very late every night. She had little money and no energy. Many people around her said, "You can't learn English. You're too tired, too busy." At first, she believed them. She told herself the same thing, maybe later. But deep inside, she wanted more. She wanted a better life, a better job, a chance to travel. One night, while cleaning tables after work, she heard a tourist speaking English. She couldn't understand, but something inside her said, "I want to speak like that one day." That dream became her reason. So she made a small plan, just 10 minutes of English before bed. No matter how tired she was, she did it. Some nights, her eyes were closing, but she still read one short paragraph. Some mornings, she listened to English songs while getting ready. Slowly, she improved. Her friends laughed. They said, "You're wasting your time." But Maria didn't stop. Months passed, and her small efforts grew stronger. One day, a hotel near her restaurant needed someone who could speak a little English to greet guests. She applied and got the job. Her dream started with effort, not excuses. Maria's story teaches a powerful truth. You can find reasons, or you can find results. You cannot have both. Excuses are easy to make because they protect you from discomfort. When you say, "I don't have time," you feel safe. When you say, "I'm not ready," you avoid fear. But comfort is a trap. It gives peace now and pain later. Growth feels hard now, but it gives pride later. Let's look at this contrast clearly. Excuses say, "I can't." Effort says, "I'll try." Excuses focus on problems. Effort focuses on possibilities. Excuses make your dream smaller. Effort makes your dream closer. Excuses are built on fear. Effort is built on hope. When you replace excuses with effort, you take back your power. You stop waiting for a perfect situation and start creating progress with what you have. You understand that you don't need perfect time, perfect tools, or perfect energy. You just need to begin. Ask yourself, what is one excuse you use often? Maybe it's, "I'm too tired," or "I don't know how," or "I'll start later." Whatever it is, replace it today. Turn it into effort. If you're tired, study for 5 minutes instead of 1 hour. If you don't know how, ask for help or find a simple video. If you feel lazy, take one small action. Even the smallest step counts. Because here's the truth. Excuses don't disappear on their own. You must challenge them. Every time you say, "I can't," stop and ask, "Is that really true?" Most of the time, it's not. You can do something. Maybe not everything, but something. When you replace excuses with effort, life begins to change. You feel more control. You start to see progress. And progress brings confidence. The first day may be hard, the second day too, but soon your effort becomes a habit. You stop thinking of what you can't do and start focusing on what you can do. Let's imagine two paths again. One is full of excuses. It's easy to walk at first, soft and safe, but it leads nowhere, just circles of regret. The other path is full of effort. It's harder to start, but each step takes you higher. At the top of that path, you will find pride, freedom, and self-respect. Which path will you choose? Excuses feel comfortable, but they keep you small. Effort feels hard, but it makes you strong. You don't need to win every day. You just need to show up. You don't need to do everything, just something. One small action today can break one big excuse forever. Think like Maria. Even if life is hard, even if time is short, even if you feel tired, do it anyway. 10 minutes of effort is better than 1 hour of excuse. The dream in your heart is waiting for you to stop saying later and start saying now. So, let's make a promise today. Drop one excuse, pick one small effort. No matter how little it seems, it matters. Step by step, those small actions will become your success story. Remember this: excuses change nothing. Effort changes everything. You can make excuses or you can make progress. You can find reasons or you can find results, but you cannot find both. Today, choose effort. Choose progress. Choose the path that may be hard now, but will lead you to a life you'll be proud of tomorrow. Section 7. Learning from failure. Failure is not the end. It is a step, a necessary step toward growth. Many people fear failure. They see it as proof that they are not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. But the truth is very different. Failure is a teacher. Failure shows you what to improve. Failure gives you lessons that success cannot. Let's think about someone learning English. Imagine a student named Leo. Leo wanted to speak English confidently. He studied every day, practiced his pronunciation, and tried to learn new words. But when he spoke to a teacher or took a small test, he often forgot words, mispronounced sentences, or could not answer questions. At first, he felt embarrassed. He wanted to quit. He thought, maybe I am not smart enough. Maybe English is too hard for me. This is the moment many people stop. They see failure as a wall, a reason to give up. But Leo did something different. He remembered something his mentor once told him. Mistakes are not signs of weakness. They are signs of progress. With this thought, he tried again. He wrote down the words he forgot, practiced speaking slowly, and repeated exercises every day. Each mistake became a guide. When he forgot a word, he learned it again. When he mispronounced a sentence, he listened carefully and corrected himself. Slowly, step by step, Leo's English improved. He started to speak with less fear. He started to feel more confident. Each failure was not stopping him. It was teaching him. Failure has a special power. When you succeed without effort, you may not learn much. But when you fail and continue, you learn deeply. Your brain remembers lessons from mistakes more than lessons from easy success. This is why people who grow the most are often those who failed the most, but refuse to quit. Contrast two learners, one who stops after failing and one who learns from failure. The first feels defeated. A small mistake becomes a reason to quit. Every failure adds weight to fear, and confidence disappears. The second sees failure as a teacher. A mistake is a sign that they are trying. Every failure becomes a step forward. Confidence grows, not despite failure, but because of it. Leo's transformation was not instant. The first weeks after his first failure were hard. He felt nervous every time he spoke, but he did not stop. Every time he made a mistake, he reminded himself, "Each failure today makes me stronger tomorrow." Slowly, he began to enjoy the learning process. He celebrated small wins, saying a sentence correctly, remembering a new word, finishing a paragraph. Each small success was built on previous failures. Even in real life, mistakes are part of progress. You may forget English words, mispronounce, or struggle with grammar. You may fail an exam or feel shy speaking. That is not a reason to stop. That is proof that you are learning, that you are growing. Mistakes are your teachers, and practice is your path. Many successful people share this story. They tried many times, failed many times, but never quit. Failure is not their enemy. Fear of failure is. When you stop fearing mistakes, you start growing faster. You start seeing challenges as opportunities. You start believing in yourself. Imagine the first time Leo spoke to a foreigner. He was nervous. He forgot words, paused, and stumbled. But he kept going. By the end of the conversation, he could say a few sentences correctly. He felt proud. That feeling of pride came not from perfection, but from persistence. Each previous failure had prepared him for that moment. The key lesson is simple. Mistakes do not define you. Your response to mistakes defines you. If you quit, failure becomes a wall. If you learn, failure becomes a ladder. Each step, each error, each forgotten word brings you closer to your goal. For English learners, this is especially true. Learning a new language is full of mistakes. Every student forgets words, confuses grammar, and struggles with pronunciation. But every attempt, even if imperfect, is progress. Speaking badly today is better than staying silent. Writing mistakes today are better than never writing. Reading slowly today is better than giving up. Remember this phrase and repeat it. Each failure today makes you stronger tomorrow. Say it whenever you feel afraid, frustrated, or discouraged. Let it remind you that mistakes are proof of effort, not proof of weakness. Let it remind you that failure is part of the journey. Leo's journey shows that fear of failure can be overcome. With persistence, discipline, and courage, mistakes become tools. Confidence grows word by word, step by step. Each failure is a lesson. Each lesson is growth, and each moment of effort is building a better future. So, when you fail today, don't stop. Don't feel weak. Don't let embarrassment or fear hold you back. Instead, take a deep breath, learn from it, and try again. Speak one more sentence. Write one more paragraph. Listen to one more video. Every small action after failure is a victory. Failure is not the end. It is proof that you are trying. It is proof that you care about your dream. It is proof that you are moving forward. And the beautiful truth is this. The more you fail and continue, the stronger, smarter, and more confident you become. Each failure today is a step toward the life you want. Each mistake is a lesson for tomorrow. Keep going, keep learning, keep speaking. Your efforts, even after failure, are creating your future. Remember, each failure today makes you stronger tomorrow. Section 8. Focus on progress, not perfection. Many people quit learning because they want fast results. They want to speak English perfectly today. They want to understand every word. They want to read fluently without mistakes. But real learning does not work that way. Real learning is slow. It is small steps, day by day, one word at a time. Let's think about someone named Mia. She wanted to speak English like a native speaker. She saw videos online of people speaking perfectly. She compared herself to them and felt discouraged. Why am I so slow? Why do I make so many mistakes? She thought. Mia wanted perfection, and because she didn't see it, she felt like quitting. Many learners feel like Mia. They forget that learning is personal. Every person has their own speed. Every learner has their own journey. Comparing yourself to others is like measuring your height against a tree. It will only make you feel small. Real growth comes from looking at your own progress, not someone else's. Mia's teacher gave her a small piece of advice. Focus on progress, not perfection. Celebrate one new word, one new sentence, one correct pronunciation. At first, Mia thought it was too little. How can one word matter? She asked. But slowly she realized it did. Every small success built her confidence. Every small step brought her closer to her goal. Let's see the contrast clearly. Comparison versus personal growth. When you compare, you focus on what you don't have. You feel jealous, frustrated, and small. When you focus on growth, you notice small wins. You feel proud, motivated, and strong. Comparison looks at other people's gardens. Growth waters your own garden. Progress is invisible at first. When you learn one word today, you may not feel it. When you speak one sentence today, it may feel small. But invisible progress builds silently. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and suddenly your progress becomes visible. That is when you realize how far you have come. Mia started small. Every day she learned 3 new words. She practiced one short sentence. She wrote 2 lines in her notebook. Some days were hard. She felt tired. Some days she forgot words or made mistakes. But she continued. Slowly, her confidence grew. Slowly, she noticed that her sentences were longer. Slowly, she understood more when listening. The key is patience. You cannot rush learning. You cannot demand perfection today. You need to trust the process. You need to trust that small effort every day leads to big results tomorrow. One word today becomes a sentence next week. One sentence today becomes a paragraph next month. One paragraph today becomes a story next year. Gratitude helps too. Be thankful for what you can do today. Celebrate your effort. Celebrate your small wins. Say to yourself, I'm better than I was yesterday. Repeat it every day. Small affirmations build confidence. They remind you that learning is about effort, not instant perfection. Many learners quit because they only see mistakes. But mistakes are part of progress. Every mistake teaches you. Every error corrects your path. Perfection is a trap. It stops you. Progress moves you forward. Mia learned this lesson slowly. At first, she still compared herself online. But every time she focused on what she could do, learning one new word, reading one sentence, speaking one paragraph, she felt proud. She repeated the affirmation, I'm better than I was yesterday. It gave her energy to continue. Day by day, her small efforts grew into real skill. Her speaking became clearer. Her listening became easier. Her reading became faster. She no longer felt small when she saw other learners online. Instead, she focused on her garden, her own growth. Focus on progress, not perfection. Focus on your effort, not the result. Every small step matters. Every action today counts. Learning English is not about being perfect. It is about showing up, practicing, and improving. Remember this: comparison is the enemy of growth. Small progress is your friend. One word, one sentence, one small effort today builds the strong learner you will become tomorrow. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Be patient. Be consistent. And celebrate every small success. Invisible progress is real progress. It may not show immediately, but it builds quietly. Soon, your effort will become visible success. The sentences you struggled with last month will now feel easy. The words you forgot yesterday will now come naturally. And one day, you will look back and see how far you have come. So, repeat this affirmation every day. You are better than you were yesterday. Focus on your growth, not others' results. Take small steps today. Each small effort adds up. Each small improvement counts. Remember Mia. She did not start perfect. She did not speak like a native on her first day, but she focused on progress, celebrated small wins, and kept moving. Today, her English is strong, her confidence is growing, and she knows that every effort she made mattered. You can do the same. Focus on your progress, not perfection. One word, one sentence, one small action today will bring your dream closer tomorrow. Trust yourself, keep going, and be proud of every step. Your future self will thank you. Section 9. Your daily choices define you. Every day you make hundreds of choices. Some are small: what to eat, what to read, what to watch. Some feel bigger: whether to study, speak, or practice a skill. Most people do not realize that these small daily choices are shaping their life more than any single big event. Every day you write your own story, and the story you write today will be the life you live tomorrow. Let's imagine two versions of the same person. We will call them Alex. 1. Alex wastes time. He watches videos for hours, scrolls through social media, and always tells himself, "I'll do it later." He dreams of improving his life, learning English, or getting a better job, but he never acts. The other Alex makes small, intentional choices. He studies a few words of English each morning, reads for 10 minutes, and practices one small habit every day. He may feel tired, busy, or distracted, but he chooses effort over comfort. 1 year later, the difference is enormous. The first Alex feels the same as he did last year. His English is the same. His dreams feel far away. He feels regret and frustration. The second Alex feels proud and confident. His English has improved. He can speak to people, write simple sentences, and understand more. He sees progress he never thought was possible. His daily choices have built him a new life. This is how life works. Your choices define your future. Every action, every habit, every decision, even small ones, matters. 1 hour of learning today may feel invisible, but in 1 year, it becomes hundreds of hours of skill. One small act of effort today can create confidence tomorrow. On the other hand, 1 hour of wasted time today may seem harmless, but it becomes months of regret later. Think of it like a river. Each choice is a drop of water. The drop seems small, but over time, it forms a current. The current shapes the river's path. Your daily choices are the currents of your life. They may seem tiny, but they decide where you go. Do you want your river to flow toward growth and success, or toward regret and lost potential. Contrast negative and positive choices. Negative choices feel easy in the moment. Watching another video, scrolling another page, saying, "I'll start tomorrow," they give comfort now, but they steal time, energy, and progress. Positive choices feel harder at first. Opening a book, practicing English, or taking one small action. These feel like effort. But they bring results. They create skills, confidence, and freedom. The choices that feel hard today are the ones your future self will thank you for. Here is an important truth. You are not your circumstances. You are not your talent or luck. You are the sum of your daily choices. Every small decision adds up. The person who chooses effort, learning, and action every day becomes strong, capable, and confident. The person who chooses comfort, delay, and excuses remains the same, year after year. Let's look at Alex again. Every day, the first Alex chose easy pleasure. He thought, "It's just one day. I'll start tomorrow." But the days added up. Weeks became months. 1 year passed, and he realized he had nothing to show for it. He felt frustrated, ashamed, and disappointed. Meanwhile, the second Alex chose effort every day, sometimes just a few minutes, sometimes just one sentence. But those choices accumulated. His confidence grew, his skills grew. His life looked completely different, not because of a single event, but because of thousands of small decisions. This is why reflection is so important. Every day, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what choices am I making today? Are these choices building the person I want to be? If the answer is yes, keep going. If the answer is no, make a small change right now. Even a tiny step counts. Reading one page, speaking one sentence, practicing one word. All of these are choices that shape your future. Your daily choices are like writing in a journal. Each day adds a new line, a new paragraph, a new chapter. If you write carelessly, skip pages, or leave blank days, your story will feel empty. If you write with care, effort, and attention, your story becomes inspiring, strong, and full of progress. Every day, you have the pen in your hand. Every day, you can decide what your story will be. Remember this: it is not about perfection. It is not about doing everything. It is about what you do today. One positive choice today matters more than 100 wishes tomorrow. One action today builds habits. Habits build skill. Skill builds confidence. Confidence builds your life. You have the power to change your story. You can choose comfort, or you can choose growth. You can stay the same, or you can improve. You can wait, or you can act. Every day you write your own story, and the chapters you write now will shape the years ahead. So, choose wisely. Open a book. Speak a sentence in English. Take one small action toward your dream. These choices may feel small, but they are powerful. They are the building blocks of your future. Remember Alex's story. 1 year of good choices can transform your life. 1 year of wasted choices can leave regret. Your life is not defined by your past. It is defined by your today. What you do right now matters more than anything else. Make your choices count. Your future self is waiting for you to take action. Every small choice today adds up to the life you want tomorrow. So choose effort over comfort. Choose action over delay. Choose learning over excuses. Every day, every moment, every choice, they define you. Write your story carefully. Make today matter. Your life is yours to create. Section 10. Conclusion. Welcome back. Now, let's take a moment to reflect. Everything we have discussed in this video leads to one powerful truth. What you do today matters. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Every choice, every action, every small step you take shapes the life you will live in the future. The decisions you make now are the seeds of your success, your confidence, and your happiness. You may feel that your efforts are too small. You may think, I cannot change my life with just a few minutes a day. But the truth is the opposite. Every tiny action counts. Every single step builds momentum. A few minutes of learning English, writing one sentence, or speaking one word may feel insignificant now, but in 1 month, 1 year, or 5 years, those small actions will create results you never thought possible. Small steps are not small in their effect. They are powerful. Let me remind you of a story. There was a young woman named Lena. She had a simple dream, to speak English and travel the world, but she felt overwhelmed. She had a full-time job, family responsibilities, and little free time. At first, she thought, I will start when I have more time. Weeks passed, then months. Her dream stayed far away. One day, Lena decided to try something different. She told herself, I will do just one small thing today. That day, she learned 3 new words. She practiced one sentence. She read a short paragraph. It was not much, but it was a start. The next day, she repeated it. And the day after that. After a month, Lena noticed something amazing. She could speak more confidently. She remembered words more easily. She could write simple messages in English without hesitation. The small habit she created, just a few minutes a day, was transforming her life. A year later, Lena applied for a position at an international company. She got the job. Her dream of traveling and speaking English fluently was no longer a dream. It was her reality. Lena's story shows something important. Transformation does not come from one big event. It comes from small, consistent actions. It comes from deciding today that you will try, no matter how little you can do. Your life changes not when you wait for the perfect moment, but when you act now. Your future is created today, not tomorrow. Think about your own life. What is one small action you can take today? Maybe it is practicing one English sentence, writing down a goal, or taking a short walk to clear your mind. Maybe it is speaking to someone in English, listening to a video, or reading a paragraph in a book. It does not need to be perfect. It does not need to be long. The key is to start. Because every action you take today builds your future self. We have talked about many lessons in this video. The power of small actions, the hidden cost of doing nothing, showing up daily, creating momentum, replacing excuses with effort, learning from failure, and focusing on progress, not perfection. All of these lessons point to one truth. What you do today matters. Each choice you make shapes your life. Each effort you give yourself today grows into your future success. Even if you feel tired, unmotivated, or overwhelmed, remember this. You do not need to do everything at once. You do not need to have perfect conditions. You just need to start. Start small, and let your small actions grow. Start today, and let them build tomorrow. You are stronger than you think, and every step you take matters. Let's return to the idea of a garden. Every positive action is like planting a seed. Every choice to learn, to try, to speak, or to practice is watering that seed. Sometimes, You may not see the results immediately. That is okay. The growth is happening quietly. After weeks and months, your garden will bloom, and you will see the beauty of your efforts. Your life is like that garden. If you ignore it, it stays empty. If you nurture it daily, it grows into something wonderful. Today is your chance to plant, to water, and to care for your future. Tomorrow will be built from what you do today. Every habit, every choice, every action, they all matter. Now take a moment. Think about one small thing you can do after this video. Perhaps it is writing down one goal. Perhaps it is practicing English for 5 minutes. Perhaps it is sending a message to someone or reading one paragraph of a book. That one small action is the start of something bigger. That one choice is a seed for your future. Remember Lena. Remember that small steps, repeated daily, lead to big results. Remember that failure is not a wall, it is a teacher. Remember that progress matters more than perfection. Remember that effort today becomes confidence tomorrow. And remember this, your future is created today, not tomorrow. So, make today count. Choose action over delay. Choose effort over excuses. Choose growth over comfort. Start small, but start now. Your life, your dreams, and your success are waiting for you to take the first step. Thank you for watching. Keep learning English, keep practicing, and keep improving every day. Every day is a new chance to grow, a new chance to write your story, a new chance to build the life you want. Subscribe to this channel for more lessons and motivation. And always remember, what you do today matters. Your future begins now.